Hey there, YouTube. Hopefully you're doing well today. Today we're going to go over the top 3 exercises that you can do to make your arms look bigger. So the top 3 tricep exercises. So in short, if you want your arms to look bigger in your shirts, besides buying smaller shirts, of course, is work on your triceps here. Of course, the tricep makes up the majority of the muscle here, and it will actually make your arms look bigger if you really work on your triceps. Of course, being an older individual at 46, as you know from my profile, I am completely natural and this is the way that I do it. And I've been working on my triceps here for about a year. There are more exercises that I do than this, but these are the top 3 that have really got me some gains. So thank you for joining me today. If you like my content, please subscribe and give my video a like as well. Thanks again. So the first exercise we're going to talk about is probably everyone's first love that's been lifting, and they're the skull crushers. So I'm going to show them with the dumbbells. I used to do them with the easy curl bar, but honestly, they're kind of a pain in the butt. But you could do a couple different variations of this. I'm going to show you a simple one, and I'm going to show you like a more advanced one. So I just have 20 pounds here, so I'm not doing a lot of weight. So with any of these exercises, as I said, you have to make sure you're protecting your shoulder. And you're not doing a shoulder exercise, you're doing a tricep exercise, remember. So how we're going to set up on this one, and I'm going to try to make it so then you could see it when I'm doing it. So when you're doing a simple one, you can lay on the ground. So let's just pretend now that I'm just laying on the ground and not on the bench, right? And then this one is not going to be as much of range of motion. So the setup is going to be, as long as I don't drop the dumbbells on myself, arm straight up. Okay, oh, there we go. All right, the setup's going to be the arm straight up, and just think about holding the dumbbells like a hammer, like you would be hammering something, straight down, keeping your elbows in, and then straight up. So with this one, you're going to come down here, basically touch the floor, and then go up. So I'm going to show you that with the dumbbells now. So dumbbells up in the air, elbows in, shoulder in. You're just going to be hinging at the elbow there and then straight up. So you're not going to bring your elbows back like this. That's a no-no. You're just going to hinge at the joint. You could touch the floor if you'd like and then go straight up. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit faster motion. So like I said, just make sure that you're not using this as a shoulder exercise. So when you're on the bench and more advanced, I'm going to screw back here a little bit so my head's at the end, you could get a little bit more stretch. So it's basically the same movement. Put your arms up here, elbows in, go back and get a little bit more stretch, and then come up. Back, more stretch, come up. So make sure you keep your elbows in, you're not flaring them out. Slow, controlled. This is going to be killer for your triceps. So number 1, OG and everyone's favorite, the skull crushers. So number 2 is the overhead tricep extension. So some people actually try to do this with 2 hands. When you do it with 2 hands, it's not necessarily the proper way of doing it. So I'm just going to show you without the dumbbell for a second. I put my hands over my head. I make believe I have a dumbbell here, and I'm doing it behind my head and bringing it up. Well, if you do that yourself on, as you're watching me doing it, you would really feel that you have a lot of tension in your shoulder here. And the other thing too is when you're doing it 2 hands, you're not really getting the full extension out of it like you would be doing 1 hand. So that's why we just do this one one-handed. I know there's probably some people that are going to yell at me or whatever and say, you just do it, always do it 2 hands. Listen, like, if that's the way you learned how to do it, that's fine, but you're not getting the full benefit out of it. So with this one, it tends to be a little bit lower weight than a skull crusher just because of the angle and where you're at. So I just have the handle here. Basically the same setup. Come here, put your arm above your head. Some people brace their arm here. You can if you're not. I think it's actually a little bit easier if you do this. And then you're going to be hinging Let me turn my hat around here so I don't hit my hat. Hinge at the elbow, bring it in. Hinge at the elbow, bring it in. So you're going to go behind your head here, and you can see I'm getting a really good stretch out of the tricep. And if I bring it here, I'll show you from this angle, there, and bring it up. Okay, so that's number 2, tricep overhead extension for dumbbells. It's a really, really great exercise. And the third one, and my personal favorite, is the close grip tricep dumbbell bench. I actually use this on the bench here, and I do close grip bench, but I do feel like these are a little bit better because your arms and your hands aren't necessarily in a fixed position like you are doing the bench, which I get, you know what I mean? Like there's pros and cons to each one of them. This definitely does, you know, lock in your shoulder and make sure you get a little bit of movement just in case something happens, where if you're doing the bench, it's not necessarily like that. So I'm gonna lay down here the opposite way. So then I'm gonna show you the big difference between the two, as long as I don't trip myself, of course. Okay, so normally when you're doing the incline bench here, you're going to bring your arms out to the side so then you get a good chest stretch and then bring it back up. So that is a chest press, that is not the tricep. So when you do the tricep, you're gonna, you know, follow the theme here, keep your arms in, bring it down, and then straight up. So you're gonna, I'll show you that again. So arms close to the body, straight up. This one, honestly, is my favorite with heavier weight, but you have to make sure you keep your arms in to your body. Typically, you know, at the top, you wouldn't move your arms like this. You would just keep it here. But let me just show you the difference. So chest press, working on the bench, is going to look more like this because you're bringing your arms out to the sides and then up. Close grip tricep, bringing your arms close to your body, just like you would on a bench doing close grip, keeping your shoulders in and then straight up. So that is my favorite one. Let me just turn around here. This one is awesome. Really, really helps with the triceps. That was the close grip dumbbell bench. So I hope those were helpful for you. Those I've been using for the last year, and they've really helped my tricep gains a lot. There's different variations that I actually use because I got my cable machine over there. I left out 2 key exercises that you might actually think about when you're doing triceps, and that is dips, and that is also the tricep kickback. I recommend tricep kickbacks if you use them on the cable machine, but I don't typically recommend them if you do them with dumbbells because there tends to be a lot of form issues. And with dips over here, that is definitely a very shoulder intensive exercise, and a lot of people tend to get hurt on that. So these are definitely the top 3 for building it with dumbbells, and these are why I picked them as well, because they've really helped me out. And all I want to say from here is I really appreciate you joining me today. I'm going to be doing some more videos like this, so please tune in. Give me a like if you like my content, and if you haven't subscribed yet, as I said earlier, please do so. Thanks again. Have a great rest of your week, and until next time.